know why I did that. I know. It's because I had NVIDIA broadcast off, and I had to reload it up on here because NVIDIA broadcast was acting stupid. So, yeah, let me start that over again. Yo, Crypto Nation and mining family, what's going on now that you can hear me? Yo! What's going on, all you awesome hashers out there? I see that we got, looks like we just got the Goblin in the Chizette. What's going on? What's going on, Crypto Motive, if you're still here? Yo! Been a lot of little interesting stuff that has been going on as of lately. You know, it's like everybody knows that El Salvador Yo, what's going on, Crypto Whale? What's going on? What's going on? Dropping the FA in the chat. Yo, because you guys are all fucking awesome. That's what's up. So, as we all know, El Salvador had made Bitcoin legal tender. IMF is urging them to stop using it as legal tender. We need to have monetary control over your country, so use our stuff and drop that. Not going to happen. Basically, oh God, I keep on forgetting what his Nayib Bukele, the president of El Salvador, basically gifted his whole country sovereign money. Real money. Not none of this nasty shit. Oh, God. Starting up with the link crap already. Yeah, thank you, Goblin. It's like 2 seconds in and spam. I think I'm going to have to start setting it up to where you have to be subscribed in order to chat. I wonder if I could set that up right now. Is there? Do that while I'm live. I'd have to set that up beforehand. You can send messages. It says anybody now. All right. So I'm setting it up for subscribers only, and you got to be subscribed for 10 minutes. And we're going to see if that gets rid of all that crap. There's got to be a way to stop those damn spammers from coming up into my chat. Oh, yeah, that is his little spot over there. Always has been. Always will be. Because I actually made that shelf just for him. So, but as I was saying, the with El Salvador making Bitcoin legal tender, that's basically the shot heard around the world. Now we're going to start seeing, you know, it's like we got El Salvador doing that. We got Russia now looking at Bitcoin mining as like a national thing, that they want to be pro-Bitcoin mining, all at the same time that our president of the United States wants to go after that Bitcoin because, well, quite frankly, it's competition to the petrodollar that's losing dominancy as global reserve currency. Years ago, it used to be the U.S. dollar was the dominant form of currency. About, give or take, 80% of the world was trading in dollars. Fast forward to the last couple of years where we've done endless quantitative easing, endless fucking money printing. Now, the U.S. as a reserve world currency is only being used by 57% of the world. And it's kind of funny that, you know, Russia is looking into Bitcoin mining at the same time as the United States is going to sanction it. or they're going to try to be like that chickadee China with the we're going to ban it, and all of this all happening as Senator Wendy Rogers is introducing a bill proposing to make Bitcoin legal tender in the state of Arizona. Goblin, I've got mixed feelings on Russia right now. I like what they're doing in regard to cryptocurrencies, but it's terrifying what's going on with the Ukraine. Now, I myself am Ukrainian. My great-grandfather actually fought to get fucking Russia out of the goddamn fucking Ukraine because it's not their fucking country. It looks like they're going to try to do this again. I don't know if this is a bunch of, it's hard to say what's going on up over in the Ukraine area. I mean, if you know the history of the Ukraine, Ukraine was actually used to be part of Russia at one point in time. And this is before the Prussian War. And then Genghis Khan came through and took over the Ukraine. And that's why Ukrainians and Russians are not the same. Most Ukrainians, or I say all Ukrainians, have a heritage that dates back to Genghis Khan. So, I mean, it's like watching Russia go after the Ukraine once again. Yes, it kind of is irritating from the side of my great-grandfather fought against them. But, it's like you see China doing that with some of the islands around China going, hey, this is our shit. Get your American asses the fuck off our land. And I get it. What up, Mikkel? Stopping by to say hi. So, sticking around, I'm going to have it running in the background with no sound. Nice. So, seeing that go on, it's like, I see what Russia's doing. In one hand, I'm like, okay, I see where they're coming from. I see their point of view. On the other hand, Ukraine has been independent for how long now? Leave them the fuck alone. Just because you've got a military power that can dominate doesn't mean that you can just take what you fucking feel like. But it's not like the United States is going to be able to do anything. It's not like the United States is going to be able to do anything if China tries to take over the islands around them. Nobody wants to kick off World War III. It is not in anybody's best interest if that happens, because that will be basically a global power shift and nation states collapsing. So not a good thing. But getting back to the visiting Bitcoin. So yeah, Wendy Rogers is going to be introducing a bill as making Bitcoin legal tender, guys. Some people will be like, meh, I don't care. Fucking get the state and the fucking traditional financial markets out of here. Cypherpunks, you don't need you. It's our money. But at the same time, if you want global adoption, you're going to have to accept that everybody's going to be playing in the market at some point in time. So I don't see this as I'm kind of like I got a little bit of a neutral stance on it. Is this going to get people to start spending in Bitcoin? No. The United States dollar is still the dominant currency, and all this other good stuff. I would be interested to see how this does for taxable purposes. So if Bitcoin is legal tender and I earn Bitcoin, where does the taxation hit in? And how am I going to be taxed on a state and local level and versus the federal level? What are going to be the reporting requirements? I'll probably have to talk to one of our community members, Boss, and because sometimes he just gets some of that inside information that's or helps me direct me to where I could find some of that information. So we'll definitely check that out as the information comes out. But as it reads, be it enacted by legislation of the state of Arizona, Section 1, Title 1, Arizona Revised Status is amending by adding Chapter 9 to read. Chapter 9, Legal Tender, Article 1, General Provisions. Legal tender definitions. Legal tender is in the state consists of all of the following. Any medium of exchange that is authorized by United States Constitution or Congress for the payment of debts, public charges, tax, and dues. Special issue at the time of the United States government. Any other that a court of contempt jurisdictions ruled a final unappealable order to be within the scope of the state's authority to make a legal tender. 4. Bitcoin. For the purpose of this section, Bitcoin means the decentralized peer-to-peer digital currency in which a record of the transaction is maintained on the Bitcoin blockchain and new units of currency are generated by the computational solution mathematical problems that operates independently of a central bank. Species means coins having precious metal contents. So, yo. So that is going to be interesting if it actually gets approved. I don't know what this will mean for state versus local, state versus federal. State-wise, you'll be able to go into Arizona. If this passes, it'll be just like El Salvador. Every business in Arizona will have to accept Bitcoin as legal tender. Not Ethereum, Bitcoin. Not XRP, Bitcoin. Not your shitcoin, Bitcoin. They are not making anything else legal tender. So anybody thinking that, this technology is so much better than Bitcoin. If it's so much better, nobody else is going to use it except for the small community that's going to use it. Not making NFTs legal tender. Not making fucking Cardano legal tender. They're not making fucking Shiba or fucking whatever crap coin legal tender. It's Bitcoin. It's either Bitcoin or it's shit coins. And more people are starting to wake up to the idea that Bitcoin is sound money and a viable replacement to the petrodollar. I know some people will be like, oh, well, I'll never spend my Bitcoin. Well, that's fine. Bitcoin's a savings account, and it rewards you for saving. More power to you. But for some people that may take their Bitcoin as their what's going on, life size. Hey, go Bitcoin, go. What's up, everybody? And this is where like a lot of people have sat there and said, it's like El Salvador is a shot heard around the world. You have a few other countries that are, kind of dancing with the idea. You got the governor of Florida, the governor of New York that are taking parts of their salary in Bitcoin. Arizona. It starts off slowly and then suddenly, and it fucking explodes. Goblin, how would this affect the process that Wyoming has had for a while now? Okay, so what Wyoming has is a little different. Cynthia Loomis has fought for the longest time to make sure that personal property does not get put into the category of into assets, because like your stocks are an asset and they get taxed a whole lot different. So when it comes down to property, if you were to sit there and pay, sell your house or your land to somebody, you would have to pay a state tax on it. Well, they got rid of the state tax on land. It's your land. It's yours. And Bitcoin falls underneath that same jurisdiction because of the way that the federal government has it worded. So it will be very interesting to see how that will be moving forward. But it's like, unless Wyoming is willing to take the next step and make it legal tender, it's still, and even in Wyoming, yeah, you can own it, you can trade it back and forth between peer to peer, but until it becomes legal tender, the taxability, the tax accountability to it in that state, I think is going to be a little bit different versus how it's like, yeah, Bitcoin is property. So, I mean, Wyoming just has it where property doesn't get taxed by the state. So the federal government doesn't get the property tax, but it's still not legal tender. Arizona doing this, if it passes, would mean that everybody has to accept both Bitcoin and fucking the petrodollar. Just like in El Salvador. El Salvador uses U.S. currency, and it, it's like, so now everybody, all the vendors have to accept both. That's McDonald's and, whoever else is out there. So it's interesting. It's starting off slowly, and then it'll be suddenly. And once it hits a certain point, I don't think even the federal government will be able to do anything about it. With Arizona sidestepping what the government's doing on with how they're laying the groundwork for Bitcoin, I'm hoping that Florida and Texas follow suit with this. It would be very interesting. And I already know that in Wyoming, you can pay your taxes with Bitcoin. Not that I encourage anybody to do that. No way. Bitcoin Jake, what's up? What's up, my man? KingPin updates? Oh, yeah. I got some KingPin updates. The hacker that hacked Treasure that had 2 million on it. Hey, I've been saying it all along. It's like a Treasure, the Treasure, the Nano, all the hardware wallets. They're basically USBs that have encryption on. So if somebody puts their hands on it, they can fucking basically take whatever's on it. It's theirs. All I have to do is plug that USB into fucking Linux, and I sidestep everything. Life size, like, this reminds me of the cannabis legalization. We still need more privacy. We need more peer-to-peer transactions. Yeah. You're going to find that, there'll be areas that are going to fight it tooth and nail because they want to promote their weaponized fiat, the petrodollar. So you're going to find that you'll have one vast majority group. They're going to fight it tooth and nail because they want to stay dominant. They want to stay in control. They want to stay in power. Bitcoin takes that power away from them. That's what I'm talking about. And it's going to be like, for anybody who watched Star Trek, it's going to be like the Borg. Bitcoin's the Borg. It's like resistance is futile. You will assimilate. But yeah, it's like with all the hardware wallets. That's why I tell people, don't look at your hardware wallet for anything other than the wallet you keep in your back pocket, right? So if you have a wallet in your back pocket, guys, you're not going to put your life savings in there. It's not going to fucking happen. You'd be stupid as hell to do it. It's like walking around going, I've got all my personal possessions that are expensive on me at all times. Please don't steal from me. It's gobbling soon. It will soon be the nothing dollar, as the United States has been eroding savings since 1913 when the Federal Reserve was enacted. They've been stealing from the workers. I forget when they started up the earned income tax And the earned income tax started off in the category of temporary to help pay for the war time. And you know, we see how this is. It's temporary, and it was only voluntary for the worker, but it was mandatory for the employee. The employer. The employee, it was voluntary. It was really fucked up. Goblins, like that's all part of the WTF 1971. What the fuck happened in 1971? Yo, what's up, MC? 1971 was when Nixon's criminal ass decided to suspend temporarily, forever, the exchangeability from dollars to gold. He basically, in essence, shut the gold window down and took us off the gold system, and we became a pure fiat-based system. And because the United States government wanted to be the world reserve currency, we could not be manufacturing. So they encouraged to push all manufacturing off seas and try to get everybody to trade in their dollars. Yes, 71. That's when we got taken out the gold system. And fun fact, fiats that aren't back, fiats, which is what we're operating on now, which is backed by nothing, typically lasts 50 years, give or take. We're at 50 years. We're going on to 51 years, and we're watching the implosion. This is what happens when you try to monetize debts. Yeah, before 1900, there was no income tax. There was no real taxation. And being a government official, voluntary. You still had to have a job. Now you got career politicians that fucking, they go in making 50 grand a year. They come out fucking, 30, 40 years later at multi-millionaires. While the districts that they live in, like Nancy Pelosi, you got fucking, in her district, people shit on the streets. It's okay, though, because she's a multi-millionaire doing insider trading. Yo. Bitcoin fixes some of that. Not everything, but some of it. And for anybody who, let's get up into, California. That's why I keep calling it California. It's like it's like the World Economic Forum. You will own nothing and be happy. The Great Reset. But guys, check this out. Yo. Checketh this out, guys. Oh, what is it? Still weird that my little screen doesn't want to work right, but that's fine. There we go. Newstrom and Pelosi and her husband, all Chinese puppets. Yeah, to a point. But guys, we got a new KingPin coming out. Oh, even though that the 3090 was delayed on release, here we are. We're getting some sneak peeks of the 3090 Ti KingPin edition. Yo. I know, the beautiful PCB. Oh, look at that. I love it. I absolutely love it. They have, it's like some of it's going to be kind of hush-hush for a little bit. They're not showing everything. They haven't showed the how they're going to do the power solution, but it still has the OLED display on there, which will give you fan. Yeah, what? New KingPin. Wow. Oh, yeah. This is so sensual. It will still have the NVMe. Oh, yeah. It'll have the NVMe slot still right here. The OLED is flipped down, so you don't have to have it up. You can have it laying back. You can have it standing straight up. Have it at a 90 degree. Just like the KingPin that I already currently have. This is set up just like mine, except that it is it's the Ti variant. which realistically they're not too far off from each other. So this is like somebody's virtual rendering on there, 360 AIO with a single fan to cool the VRMs. No active cooling on the back modules, so there is that. It's like crypto, both types of cooling. Yeah, it's what they call a hybrid card. So this is my KingPin is exactly like this. So the VGA core itself is water blocked, and then the memory modules are your standard air cooling. So you don't have to have so much of a cooler. You can just concentrate your air cooler on just keeping the modules at the proper temp. Now, because this is the 24 gigabytes of GDDR6X modules, the backside of this fucker still gets hot, guys. I mean, at least mine does. This has got an LN2 setting on here. Not that there's that you want to flip that switch while it's water blocked. You will burn the card up. LN2 unlocks any of the limiters, and you can just boost away. Now, I'm not sure if the TI variant is going to be an LHR, because I've heard rumors that it's not going to be LHR because of the price point. Guarantee you this card's going to be over $3,000, guys. But it's so pretty. So pretty. Oh, look at that. So pretty, guys. So, I mean, it's going to be a very interesting card for sure. Not sure when it's going to come out. I don't know if they're going to do the 16-pin specialized power connector, or they're going to do the triple 8-pin again. I would say it would be smart for them to do a triple 8-pin. If they really are trying to ramp this fucker up, they could do a 4-8-pin and just power balance this. But having a triple 8-pin will be just fine, considering you can pull 150 watts per 8-pin up to a maximum of 200 watts safely on a VGA display port. And it comes with its own rad, or do you need one? No, it comes with this is how it comes. It comes with that radiator already attached to it. Mine's my EVGA that I have for my my KingPin is exactly like this, no different, except that mine's a non-TI. The renderings on this for the outside are probably not finalized. If they are, this is going to be really cool looking. I like it already, just how it is. It's going to come with 3 display ports, 1 HDMI. We all know that the HDMI standards suck. So a display port is going to give you the most optimization, especially if you are using this as a daily driver. It's going to be really expensive for a daily driver, but the display port will give you your optimized performance hands down over HDMI. Can you do a setup from 3080 Ti to 3090 Ti? I'm not sure what you're talking about on it. Can you do a setup from 3080 Ti to 3090 Ti? I mean, I've got on my personal PC here that I'm running on, I now have a 3080 Ti. I water blocked it with the EK front and back active cooling on here. I know the 3090 will allow you to do the water blocking on here too. Like my 3080 Ti is the Asus Tough, and it will also take the regular non-Ti Asus Tough 3090. Yeah, this is exactly how mine is too. So in the EV setup program. Still not really sure. But like, are you talking about like setting up a full rig of like 3080s to 3090 Ti's? Because the 3080 Ti's, I've been having issues with my 3080s back here that they don't like to fucking run with anything else. I get rig instabilities with the 3080s on a mixed rig. I don't know why. It just does. I started having crashing. I put the fucking 3060 Ti on here, and the fucking rig was like shutting off randomly after like fucking 12 hours. I didn't do anything different. Upgrade plan. Oh, my upgrade plan. I'll eventually have a 3090 Asus Tough in my personal PC, but yeah, I'm not gonna sit there and put a 3090 in my personal PC unless I can get it for under $2,000, which means that I'm probably not gonna put a 3090 in here for quite some time. And I'm not even running I still got a first gen Threadripper, which I've got my PCIe by 16 is a Gen 3, so I'm not even my 3080 Ti. I'm not even using at full capacity because I don't have a Gen 4 by 16. Oh, really? Um, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't know if I would go down that route because I've already spent 2 G's on this. The third. Well, my 3090, my 3080 Ti is Asus Tough, so it's not an EVGA. And I'm not going to sit there and look at upgrading my KingPin to this Ti variant just because the KingPins are they're so rare. They don't make a whole lot of them, so I wouldn't trade in something that's rare. Um, yeah, that's just me though. Um, would it be worth it to game on a 3090 Ti? If you can game on a 3090, it's not an issue. You can game on a 3090 Ti, it won't be an issue. Are you going to get enough of an uptick of performance to warrant spending between $2,000 to $4,000 for a graphics card? I personally would say, money budget wise, I would say no. It's not worth it. Oh, no problem, MC. No problem. But yeah, I mean, if you're the guy that says, "Hey, look, I want to have the best of the best of the best of the best of the best, and I don't care what I spend on it," sure, uh, it's worth getting a 3090 Ti. It's worth getting the AMD top of the line CPU, top of the line fucking motherboard. Um, fucking getting yourself a Leland Lee. What is it? The Dynamic 11 or whatever it is. I mean, it's like if you're gonna go all out, go all out. But if you're trying to make a gaming rig and you got a little bit of a budget in mind, would I go to a 3080 Ti and higher? Probably not. Did I on mine? Yes, I did, but only because I had already purchased the 3080 Ti for testing purposes. So now that I'm done with testing on it, I put it into my PC, just so I can get, because I've got a 2K monitor. Am I gonna get 4K performance out of it? No, but I can have the 4K style resolution, color mapping. So yeah, case with power supply off to the side. Yeah, depending on which 3090 you got. I mean, I've got a 1200 watt power supply. I can handle a 3090 in here. Am I going to go down that route? No, not worth it to me. But it's nice to know that they are coming out with the 3090 Ti. I wonder how much KingPin has already gone through and binned some of these, and now they're in design phase. Curious to know how, where in the product lineup are they ready to launch this. All right, so any of you guys sitting there and doing gaming, we have gaming on your personal PC. If you do not have the latest GPU and you're mining on your Windows rig, I might hold off on the newer driver, the 511.32. They've got a 496.48. I think that's what it is. Don't quote me. That will work a lot better on your PC, especially if you're mining. If you've got like you're seeing like a 1 to 10% performance hit with the 511.32 driver. Yes, it supports all the newer games. Especially if you got a newer graphics card, it helps optimize for it. So you're kind of stuck in a rock and a hard place. But if you've got a mining rig and you're mining on Windows, I probably would skip 511.32. With some miners, it doesn't hit it as hard on performance loss, but on others like NB Miner, it really hits hard, guys. So be careful with updating to the latest and greatest drivers all the time. Sometimes it does do performance hits on there. So stay frosty with that. That's kind of more of a shout out to anybody who's gaming and mining and all that good stuff. Goblin, I have an update about your R9 390. It has the ghost fan setting, and when my card idles, can get up to 60C without the fans kicking in. Oh yeah, that's actually very normal. Super normal. Most cards will do that. You can go into you can download MSI overclocking tool, or any of the overclocking tools, fucking EVGA overclocking tool, MSI, fucking Afterburner, all that good stuff, guys. So I mean, there are overclocking tools. It depends on which one you like. Just read the title. Is it true? Yes. Arizona will be the first state to propose legislation for making Bitcoin legal tender. All while Biden wants to sit there and say Bitcoin needs to be regulated. It's it's for national security. It's like no. It's not for national security. It's for securing what currency you dictate to everybody to use. Let's be straight about this, guys. This is the start of governments losing control. Yeah, that is huge. It's not voted in yet, but if Arizona does it, that'll be the first state in the United States to do so. I love it. Yeah, he messed up our national. Yeah, he messed up our national security by fucking printing money. So, moving right along, guys. We have an update to HBM3 memory modules. So we all know that the HBM memory is super high speed memory bandwidth. Really shines with FPGAs or data centers. John Jermaine, I believe that Arizona has let us pay our taxes in crypto the last couple of years. Could be wrong, but I think I've seen this. Yes, they've allowed Arizona and Wyoming have allowed you to pay your state taxes in Bitcoin, but this is them moving to make it legal tender is a whole new thing, because now you're talking about every single business doing business with Arizona. If somebody says, hey, I've got Bitcoin, and you're going to do business in Arizona, you're either going to have to say, oh, I'm not going to do business in Arizona, I don't want to take crypto, or you're going to accept it and you're going to do business in Arizona. So I love it. I love it. But moving on. So the HBM3 memory is going to be coming out. It's going to be about double the speed of the HBM2 memory. So this is actually like a pretty substantial leap forward with HBM memory of any sort. They've got to position the memory modules as close as humanly possible to the VGA core. So usually tend to see your the VGA core dissection where the cooler contacts being like double the size of any GPU you've ever seen. It's because they've got to have the HBM2 memory controller in there. The HBM2 memory has to be, like I said, as humanly close as possible, or it negates all the speed. And they produce a shit ton of heat, so they've got to cool it just as much as they've got to cool the VGA core. Yeah, let's go, Brandon. No, inflation is great asset. Ooh, what a stupid son of a bitch. On a hot mic. Yeah, this is our glorious president, our fearless leader. Not my leader, but he's fearless because he doesn't know where he's at. But the HBM3 memory versus HBM2 is going to be a pretty good step up. It's going to be doubling the number of independent channels from 8 channels on the HBM2 to 16, with a pseudo channels per HBM3, which virtually supports 32 channels. So it'll basically not only double the channels, but it virtually triples it, which pretty fucking big there too. It will enable a wide range of densities based on the 8 gigabyte to 32 gigabyte per memory layer, spanning the device's density from 4 gigabytes to 8 gigabytes to 64 gigs. Woo! So, I mean, like, you're talking just massive amount of fucking memory. I'd be interested in trying to get my hands on damn near anything that'll have that on there. I'd love to see how it mines. Just saying. So, you know, it's addressing the market need for high performance, a reliably available serviceability on the memory. All of it's going to be based on the ECC on die, which is the error reporting and transparency. Improved energy efficiency by using a low swing 0.4 volt signaling on the host interface and lowering a 1.1 volt operating voltage. So that's going to have pretty substantial usage, power efficient for what it should be able to do. I would love to see who's going to utilize it first. I'm sure it's going to be on FPGA and enterprise grade equipment first. I would expect that. So pretty cool. It's like, I'm sure NVIDIA will have it on one of their A series card, you know, the A9000, A10000, whatever it is, for their enterprise. And I wonder if AMD will keep the HBM3 memory on a Vega style architecture. But know that when it comes down to mining, guys, As we found, as everybody learned, especially with the Radeon 7s using the HBM memory, that they are a little finicky and will just randomly die if you don't turn them off properly. So be careful about that, guys. If you end up getting one, there are precautions to take to even just turning off the HBM memory properly so that it doesn't die because you were under a heavy workload, you stop the workload, and you turn the computer off. Well, that fucking memory is still blazing hot, now heat soaking the cooler, and you're no longer, it's like, and you got the computer off, so you got zero fan spin, and the cooler is getting heat soaked to the point where the HBM memory just dies. Interesting stuff that'll be happening with that. And then a little bit of that Intel stuff coming out, guys. So, like I was saying, the XE doesn't look like it. It's been sidelined for a little while. They're going to come out with the A series Arc, same architecture, just more of like an enterprise grade GPU, from what it looks like. So, entry level A370. It's going to have, the DDR5 in it too. We've only seen some of the engineering samples on there. I'm not sure how much they're going to try to launch with memory on there. For, how many different variations of memory they're going to be putting onto this thing. It has been confirmed it will be launching with the Swift X laptop with this processor on board. So, I mean, it's going to be low power for sure on this one. We've only seen like some of the test drivers being accidentally launched. So it'll be the Intel Arc A370M graphics version 30.0.011. So it looks like they're getting ready to launch this out. There's going to be, from what I found, 4 different flavors on this. You're going to have the SKU 1 will have 2 gigabytes of VRAM on there, 64 bits, which that'll put it to be, God, I would almost sit there and say that's almost 10 years old. So they're going to have something that's very, very, very low entry-level crap. It'll have a data rate of 14 gigabytes per second. Maximum bandwidth will be 112 gigabytes. The I/O voltage about 1.25 volts, so not the most power efficient, I would sit there and say, but definitely not bad for a first swing coming back into the market with discrete graphics cards. Your SKU, this next SKU's got the 4 gigabytes of VRAM on 128-bit bus. Data rate will be around 16 gigabytes per second. Bandwidth will be a 256. Capacity of a high capacity of like 8 gigabytes. 1.35 volts on the I/O. It's like, you've got mail. Yes, I do. Oh, this might turn into a 3D print build. FA in the chat if you want me to fucking do a 3D printer build right now. Because that be my 3D printer, guys. Ooh. The Goblin's like, oh, it's a printer. Like, FA. It's like, everybody here, if you guys want to see me put together a 3D printer, I will, guys. It'll be an extra long fucking stream. I don't care, guys. Don't care. But getting back to everything, now SKU number 3 is going to be 6 gigabytes of VRAM on an 192-bit bus. Bandwidth 384, not too bad. 12 gigabyte capacity. It looks like after they get off of the lower SKU, that's whenever like the voltages on everything kind of step up on there. Would be expected as you start adding more components on there. And then your big bad boy is going to be 8 gigabytes of VRAM, 256 bus. But again, it's going to be the DDR5 or the GDDR5 memory modules on here. With the depending on how they do their big bad boy on here, will depend on if it is hitting 1070 status or not. So it kind of depends on how they optimize their drivers and all this stuff. But I'll give it up to Intel knows how to make fucking drivers. They're really good about making drivers that work on day one. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. So, like I said, I'll keep giving you guys updates on the Intel graphics as they come out. But this is not going to be the XE architecture. It's going to be the DG2 architecture. So just know that this is going to be more of your enterprise grade solutions, guys. I'm still would like to get one just so I can do some testing on it. It looks interesting. I don't expect to see, a ton of performance coming up off of them, but I expect to sit there and see a good progression of them getting back into the market share of creating their own GPUs. It'll be interesting in how they come up with the solutions to get their VGA cores. That might be the reason why they delayed the XE line for the actual graphics cards for everybody else, is that they're having issues trying to slot in a little section from any of these fab places for getting the silicon dies. They might not be able to slide in there and get their hands on getting wafers made for themselves. So there might be some things playing in the background that we don't see. They're not going to sit there and talk about. But it's like chip manufacturing is still way behind. That's why we have more demand than we do product. Some of it, could be by design. Some of it just could be logistics of everything. And the retarded system of just-in-time manufacturing. For anybody who's new to that, what just-in-time manufacturing means is that they don't pre-make shit. They won't start making anything until after you start paying for it. So you got to buy it and then wait for them to make it before you get it. This just-in-time manufacturing has fucked over a lot of people. And it's, and then we have this pandemic. You throw the pandemic on top of just-in-time manufacturing, and guess what? We just sent our workforce home. Just-in-time just took fucking 8 months to fucking do now. It's stupid. And it's the way that the global elites decided to do it for, the sake of profits. Do I agree with it? No. Do I understand where they're coming from? Yes, because if you start pre-making everything, then you've got to have a warehouse in order to store everything, and then you got to hope that somebody buys it before it becomes outdated. So you're kind of like rocking a hard place. I mean, me personally, I'd have a small warehouse, have a small limited amount of stuff that I can send out to a manufacturer to get them started while I'm ramping up production for them. That's how I would do things, but, I'm just a boob tuber. I don't know anything. And guys, I will constantly say this. Out of the 4 years that I've been doing this, I see this story every fucking year. It is hilarious, guys. Crypto farm raided by Spanish authorities. Yep. And not for why you think. So they went and raided this crypto farm. Not because, oh my God, they're illegally mining Bitcoin. No. They went after these people because the building that they're using is basically stealing power. At least that's the way that they say it. That they're stealing power, and they thought it was a marijuana grow house. They fucking knocked in the door of this fucking building, expecting to see a sea of marijuana plants all over the fucking place, guys. Hilarious, dude. It's like, first off, I don't know why why any of these governments or authorities even give a shit about a fucking silly plant. It's stupid. Absolutely stupid. Prohibition doesn't work, but I digress. But they basically they walked in for high power usage, and it sounds like it was an illegal hookup of power. So obviously, if you're illegally hooked up, you're not fucking paying for it, right? So they took 21 Bitcoin Antminer. It looks like they're the S19s. Not sure if they're the S19 Pros or not, but definitely S19s. And not sure how many graphics cards, but they were all EVGA. It looks like they are for the wins, for the Win 3s, but I can't tell if they were 3090s or 3080s. But they, it's 50, it's like equipment worth about 50,000 euros. I believe that the operation was generating at least 25 euros of profit for the undisclosed number of perpetrators, so the criminals. So, guys, bottom line, don't fucking steal power. It's not hard for somebody to catch on. If the power company sees a spike of power, they're going to start calling the authorities if they know it's an illegal hookup. Two, if you're doing it an illegal hookup, the cops are going to fucking come by and shut your ass down. Crypto whale, Illinois to make weed legal tender. It kind of is, isn't it? I mean, we can go to the dispensaries anytime I want, and I could pay people in an eighth of weed. You're talking fucking good stuff. What, 50, 60 bucks? Pretty much anything could be barter trade these days. Anything could be barter trade. I don't care. So yeah, I mean, it's like I read at least one story like this every fucking year that I have paid attention to Bitcoin. Somebody fucking doing it, whether it's Russian nuclear scientists, some guy stealing from the train station's power. That one was a good one. The guy trenched out a trench. God, I forget how. I think he said it was like 2,500 feet away. They had a little shed that wasn't too far away from the train station, and they fucking hooked right up to the train station. That was funny. But I don't fucking recommend anybody doing this. It's the stupidest shit. Yeah, Goblin. You in a different area than me, though. I'm in Crooked Noise. Anything in Crooked Noise is horrible. And then the information that everybody's wanting to fucking see is the 3090. So I've got two EVGA 3090s on here. One is the 3090 XE3, and the other one is the KingPin based on the For the Wind cooler on here, guys. So as you can see, I had to pull back the overclock a little bit, but I'm still overclocked on that memory really fucking hard. 3225 on the memory versus the XE3. I can only put 2050 on it without it taking a nasty hit on the fucking on the hash rate. So it'll actually be very interesting whenever I get my LN2 pot to actually pit two different EVGAs against each other for what they could do mining wise. Be very interesting to see an XE3 versus a Bend For the Wind 3. And we can see that I'm getting just under 129 mega hash on a KingPin for 304 watts. I'm getting more hash rate using less watts than an EVGA XE3, guys. And I still don't understand why. It makes no sense to me. But every single time I reboot this 3090 rig, now the only thing I haven't done was made this a pure 3090 rig and take the AMD card off of there and see if it's a driver issue, guys. It could be drivers conflicting with each other, and with the AMD on there, it gives the driver for the 3090 an issue. I had a bunch of 3060 Ti's on here. My 3090 did the same thing. So I don't know if the 3090 drivers don't like to be on a mixed rig. And it's kind of funny because for the 3090, it's got an OLED screen on there, and it shows me that the card itself is detecting all of what's going on. Because it's basically hardware sensors with a little controller on there to output the data for you and readable. But for some reason, Hive has an issue with reading fan speed on these in any way, shape, or form. So very interesting to sit there and see that, guys. I will be doing another video here, guys, where I'm going to take a list of different coins that I can mine with the 3090 rig, and we will go through a whole bunch of them. If you guys are new here, definitely check out the Family Mine Discord, link down below. It is free, guys, free. And let's see here. I have where do I want to send you guys on this? Okay, so I've got let's see here, mining info. In the mining info in the Family Mine, go to the GPU section and put which coins in there where you would like what algos and what coins you'd like to see me mine. And I will pick out the most popular ones, and who knows, I might ask you for your wallet address, and I'll test while mining to your wallet. So guys, definitely check out the Discord, links down below for all that good stuff, and put suggestions in there. Never know. I might hash to your wallet. Maybe I might ask for it because I don't fucking mine everything. I don't have a wallet for every single fucking coin out there. But we've got enough of a diverse community that I can call on you guys for your wallet address and hash on it for a moment. Ooh, ooh. MC's like 141. Oh god. Let's see here.
Smoke weed every day.
Every day. Every day. Right? Right? All right, guys. So, definitely, I'm calling on you guys as part of the community to, kind of, we'll do some testing on this 3090. We'll do it. Get baselines. That's basically what I'm doing. I'm gonna sit there and get stock configuration on these cards. And then once I get the stock configuration, hashing on there, it gives me my base numbers. I can put that into a spreadsheet, get my base numbers, and start recording all that I've been doing performance-wise. I will even do some benchmarking, even with my 3080 Ti that's in my rig. Since I've got 3D Mark, I've got Blender, I've got all that crap that I can sit there and do all the same stuff that, Gamers Nexus, Bearded Hardware, fucking Linus Tech Tips, Jay's 2 Cents, all of those guys, DeBauer, who all do the extreme overclocking. I've got all the software that they already currently use. The only things that I'm missing are basically hardware pieces, which is going to be the LN2 pop, and temperature probes, guys. So, Big Gross is like, I'm cool with that. It's like, I sent pictures to Anonymous. If the stuff I get, we supposed to meet up, but he has fan issues. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. That's one thing I love about the community. We're always trying to meet up with each other, be like, hey man, I wanna sit there and chit chat with you personally. Oh, we got somebody that went into the GPU section. Goblin, yes, this one. Yes, sirree. In the GPU section in the mining info area. Drop in the coin. This is what I want you guys to do. Drop the coin that you want to mine, and put your mining address right next to it. And if I pick you up, I'll hash on it for a minute. Just saying. So call to action. Call to action. So does anybody got any comments or questions before I head up out of here for a little bit, and then I'll fire up a brand new stream for the 3D print build, guys? Yo. Like now's your time to ask him on anything. Yo, panda. What's going on? It's like, are we moving to Arizona? Yeah. Yeah. If they want to make it legal tender, it makes it appetizing. But I mean, Arizona's not without its own flaws. It's like, let's go. Oh yeah. So, hell yeah, that's one of the problems with Arizona. It's fucking balls ass hot. Part of the state's a desert. So, John, there are ways around heat problems in the desert. Hey, what's going on? That guy. What's up? Yeah, I mean, it's like it all depends on how you want to set up your facility or your mining room. Yes, yes, big room. Yeah, room. Put it into the family mine. Put the coin you like to see. Put your wallet address next to it. Let's mine in Antelope Canyon. That'd be fucking hilarious. But whenever you're John, getting back to you. So actually, I don't know how your house is set up. I don't know if you have a basement or if you have a attic. I mean, not an attic, a crawl space underneath your house. So my house, I've got a crawl space. So my house is basically on piers, like poles drove into the ground, and the house is built up on top of it. No basements in Arizona, so you've got at least a crawl space. I mean, yeah, you should have at least a crawl space. And what I would do, this is me, if I own the house and I know I'm going to be mining at home, I would sit there and cut a hole in the floor and draw in the cool air from underneath your house. That guy, quad 4-pin. Oh, talking about that KingPin. Yo. It's like quad. It's got LN2 setting. Now my 3090, I've got a KingPin 3090 non-TI, and it's got 3/8-pin with the LN2 setting on there. So it's like, John, it's like actually a good idea. Yeah, if I own the fucking house, I'd put a grate underneath the house and have whatever room that it's in exhausting out. So it's drawing air in from underneath your house, and you're getting the what they call the cellar effect. Anytime that you bring air underneath something, you get a slight cooling effect from it. So I would sit there and probably draw the fresh, cooler air from underneath the house and fucking exhaust it outside. And if the room just gets obnoxiously hot because you're running that much equipment, get more fans to blow out. You need to start moving more air. If a car can go down the road in the Mojave Desert and not overheat with the AC on full blast, you can do it on GPUs in the middle of the desert also. It's just a matter of moving air as quickly as you possibly can. Stay away from swamp coolers. One, swamp coolers, they cost too much. Two, they fucking put moisture everywhere. So you're basically, all the computers behind it are getting like misted slightly with water. And you're going to start seeing shit corroding out, motherboards dying, power supplies dying, stupid shit. But I would certainly do the cellar effect and pull air in from underneath the house, and then just exhaust it outside. That would be what I would do. Correct, MC. Yes, moisture. Yeah, you don't want the moisture near your rigs. That's biome. It's like, yes, you want a certain amount of humidity in the room, but the humidity in the room is not because the rigs or any of the equipment needs it. The lower 45% humidity makes it feel comfortable. Whenever you drop down to around 20% humidity, walking around, you're going to start building up static. So you got to have some kind of humidity in there so that you don't have a lot of static discharges. Otherwise, you've got to remember to statically discharge yourself before you touch any of the rigs. Yeah. I can believe that one. You get too much humidity and no bueno. But I'll never, yeah, HVAC for the win. I definitely recommend that. It's like MC's like, yeah, mold. Hasta no bueno. Hasta no bueno, caca. uh, so yeah, I mean, I wouldn't sit there and do all of that. But again, like I said, if you can move the air, the more air you can circulate, it doesn't matter how hot it is outside. Even if it's 100 and let's say 130 degrees out, right? Let's say you're mining and your GPU is mining at let's say what? We'll say it's on the high side. You're mining at 68 Celsius, right? So if you were mining at 68 Celsius, your GPU would be sitting at 154 degrees. Now, this is on the high side. If you get to 70 C, you're closer to about 160 degrees Fahrenheit. Even 120 degree day is still cooler than the GPU. You'll just have to move the air faster because the air can't take as much of a heat load with it up that high. But if you pull the room or the mining tent into a good, strong vacuum, you'll be able to keep the rigs as cool as humanly possible. Yeah. It just means that you're going to have to put, like, you can put a HEPA filter in there, and then you got to have stronger fans, or they're going to fucking pull the fresh air, no filtration on there, and know that you're going to have to go through and probably like once a month turn your rigs off and dedust it. And from what the way that I look at it is, dust isn't as bad on the system as bugs. Bugs will bridge gaps on components. Fucking fly, a cockroach, a stink bug, whatever it may be, they can potentially conduct electricity. Although dust can too in the right circumstances, more likely to happen with bugs. Dust and dirt tend to cause your equipment to overheat versus bugs cause everything to short out, and then of course water causes everything to short or rust. Your PNY A4000s fail at 72C. The NVIDIA A4000s haven't failed yet, and they reached 75C. If you've got an A4000 from PNY, I might consider opening that up and maybe changing out their thermal solutions and their new paste and new pads. Yes. And that's pretty much every GPU out there. As the temperature heats up, it goes into protection mode and starts downclocking and pulling voltage. Yep, that's actually very normal at MC. Very normal. No problem, John. That's just where I would start off with it. That's just me. All right. I will check that out for you, Big Rome. Set Tima coin. I'll have to do some research on that one. I've Never fucked around with that one. Memory clocks on NVIDIA cards currently 3,800 megahertz in Hive. Not bad. Not bad. It's a little higher than my KingPin, which my KingPin's at 3,225. Now MC and John Germain. I'm not sure if you are using your PNY in a server case, but the PNYs and the NVIDIA ones, whoever, whenever they're enterprise grade solutions, they're designed to go into a minimum. They make a couple. There's a couple of 1Us depending on the motherboard, the enterprise solution you're using. They make ones where it has an adapter and it'll let you lay the card flat and a server case. Otherwise, you're going to have to put them into 4Us. The 4Us will allow you to stand the card up. I like how thin they are, where you can fucking load an astronomical shit ton of them into a server case. But you have to move the air around them. They were designed to go into it. MC's like, man, I need a KingPin. Yeah, they are fucking expensive though, dude. And I guarantee you the 3090 Ti KingPin is going to be over $3,000. You're probably looking at it like a $3,500 card. And prices are not going to come down anytime soon. I think now that all these manufacturers have seen that they can keep the price high to get profits up, they're going to keep it there. And I know in some instances, they're not making any more money due to inflation. Inflation doesn't just hit the little guy, it hits everyone. Both of you are in open air cases. Okay, yeah. That's probably some of the reason why also. So I would certainly, if you have to have it in an open air rig, John, same thing with UMC, get an external like box fan and put it on fucking high and point it at it. Move the air around that card. If the air stagnates around those cards, it'll cause them to heat soak. Really, really bad. So has anybody else got any other comments or questions? Before I head up out of here, guys. Hey, Stig. Oh, shit. We have a different language. I got to copy this in Google Translate because I do not know what you just said. Google Translate. Text language, paste. I'm not going to say the whole thing, but you love my channel. Hey, Stick. No homo, I love you back, man. Oh, my God. Thank you for the donation of the 50 Nook. You rock, my man. Thank God for fucking Google Translate sometimes. Yeah, John, you can't let if the air sits in one spot, the air can only take so much heat before it's done. So you need to move the air. The more you can move the air, the cooler it is. Oh, God. Let's go, Bitcoin. Let's go, Bitcoin. But yeah, if you got a 3070 that's running at 61C, it's within a safe tolerance, but it probably would help to have a little bit of more circulating air around it. Oh yeah, from Top Gear British version, yeah, fucking the Stig. Oh no. So has anybody else got any awesome comments or questions? It's only 66 Fahrenheit outside. I'll top that with 19 degrees Fahrenheit out there for me. I've got windows open in the house, and I'm still sweating. I'm pulling in, I got cold, I have a fan pulling fresh air from outside, blowing it directly on my rigs, and it's still fucking over 75 degrees in here. It's like MC. Oh yeah, top gear. 50 Fahrenheit there. I don't know if that's a misspelling. Oh. Norwegian whale, huh? Crypto whale, the Norwegian whale. MC's like 75 degrees over there. Woo! It's like fucking summertime for you guys. Damn. So if you guys got any other comments or it's like, John, I ran my A4000s up to 65 mega hash all night. Yo, that's what's up. That is what's up, guys. So what I'm going to do here, guys, is I'm going to cut it here. Thank you guys for all being here. Definitely smash that Lizzie like button. Subscribe if you're new here. Hit the bell notification or double check to make sure the bell notification's on. So we know how YouTube is with all of us crypto people. They like to shadow ban us. So I've got to set up everything over here, cameras and all that good stuff. Set up my wireless mic, and we will do a 3D machine build over here. So give me a little bit of time. Let's see here, 4:30. Let's see here. Give me like about a half hour to an hour. I'll get everything set up. Get a little bit of munchies and all that good stuff. Oh yeah, I know, Goblin. That ain't until way later. We got plenty of time. I'm not gonna do a print. I just want to get this 3D printer built. I'm kind of excited. It's gonna be my first 3D printer, guys. So definitely, if you guys want to check out 3D printing, I will be doing some 3D print stuff. Yeah, maybe I'll start sitting there doing some like interesting little 3D print builds and all that good stuff. Maybe do some stuff with like this here is a Rock Pi, which is a Pine 64, basically. So we can sit there and put together cases for it, for like Raspberry Pis, with Bitcoin logos and all that cool stuff, guys. Yeah. And it should be very interesting. I should be able to do some really cool stuff. The first project I'm going to do, guys, is this is the front panel to my Roswell Culligan case. This is all it gets to breathe through, guys, is this little side vent once I clip this in. And then the fans are like right up against the tempered glass. So I would like to make an adapter that brings this whole panel away about, give or take, like about an inch. away from the rest of the case and have it secure and snap in. That is my goal. So we will kind of go from there. I will try to make this happen. First off, I've got to sit there and put the rig together. I'm still waiting for the auto bed leveler. And I have to also wait for my filament. So I don't think I have any filament. I don't know if this box, if they come with like a little test filament so I can play with it and test it out and all that good stuff. Or is it I'm just going to be building this thing and then we'll be doing a live stream on DCA Adventure, guys, at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. I see you, John, with there going to see ya. FA in the chat. Before I head up out of here, guys, everybody definitely drop that FA in the chat. Because to all you sexy motherfuckers, you are all rated F for fucking awesome. I got the Ender Pro V2, guys. No, I got the V2, the Ender 3 V2. So, and with that, guys, definitely smash that the like button on your way out. Definitely hit up into the Family Mind Discord. Go into the GPU section in the mining info and drop the coin you'd like to see with your mining address. And tomorrow or Sunday, depending on what I got going on, because I don't want to it's the weekends for me and my wife, so it's like family time for me. So depending on what I got going on, I might just wait until Monday. Either way, definitely check it all out. And I'll, like I said, about an hour at the most, I'll set up a live stream for the Ender 3 build. And I'll see you all on the next one. Yo, guys, remember, stay savage. Yo.